jungle and mid duo.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. Yes, I'm here with TL's jungler Reignover. Thank you for translating. And Piglet, mid laner for TL now. And so I have to ask you guys right off the bat, Piglet, man, you seem so good in the mid lane right now. Like, why didn't this happen sooner? And what actually made you make that swap?
형 지금 미드 되게 잘해 보이는데 왜 어떻게 이런 일이 일어났고 그리고 왜 더 빨리 하지 않았나?
그냥
I got it.
원딜이 너무 안 좋고 그냥 성적이 너무 안 나와서 미드를 한번 가보자고 해서 연습하게 됐는데 스크림 때도 잘 나와서 이렇게 하게 됐어요.
원딜 성적이 안 나와서?
원딜이나 우리 LCS 성적.
So when he was playing AD carry, we obviously were 2-8 until today, and the games were like really hard. So there was like a topic brought up about like talking, how about we try Piglet mid because he used to play mid, and then a lot in solo queue, and then it was working well.
Nice. And so how has this affected you, Reignover, in the jungle? Now you have a rookie AD carry and you have Piglet in the mid lane. So is this affecting you at all in terms of who you're ganking or anything like that?
Youngbin is rookie, but he have been playing team game a lot of times, so like he learned stuffs really fast compared to like just rookies. So we didn't really have like team game wise problem about like our bot lane, and bot lane is right now is like kind of utility focus on. So like you don't really need that much skill. Like you can learn things really easily, and then like there's like the things that like specifically you have to do, and then you can just learn it super fast. And Piglet mid, it's really nice because Piglet play really aggressive. So like I used to play with aggressive player like Huni, and even at Fnatic, I had like 2 aggressive laner, Huni and Feviven. And like, I think I'm just playing better if I have like a really aggressive laner because I can like help them and then I can do stuff with them. So like, Piglet playing really aggressive is helping me a lot too.
Awesome. So question here for Piglet. You just came from the AD carry role, your replacement Youngbin. How do you think about Youngbin right now? How do you think he's doing?
He just came from AD carry role.
Piglet just came from AD carry, and now his replacement Youngbin is in the AD carry role. What's his impression of Youngbin?
그냥 저렇게 잘하는 것 같지 않은데 그리고 그냥 제가 많이 알려주면은 그래도 NA에서 원딜을 제일 잘할 것 같고 친구인 만큼 제가 더 편하게 알려줄 수 있어서 영빈 잘하는 것 같아요.
So basically, he said 2 stuffs. He thinks that he's not performing really well right now, but Youngbin is his friend, so he can teach him really well. And then also right now, I think he's playing well too on the last. So.
Nice. And of course, coming from the AD carry role, there are a few things you can teach him. But now that you're in the mid lane role, are there any NA mid laners that you're looking forward to playing?
스크림을 하면서 피닉스한테 가장 많이 배운 것 같고 피닉스가 하는 거 보면서 얘는 이렇게 하는구나 하면서 닉스 거를 많이 보고 있어요.
So he played a lot with Phoenix and against Phoenix, and he's learning a lot from Phoenix. So I guess, yeah.
Oh, all right then. Phoenix in the NA challenger scene. Maybe he'll come up and we'll see. What's that?
He's best mid.
Oh, no, maybe he'll make it to the NA LCS and you'll have your chance to play against him on stage. And final question here for you, Piglet. Who's the better mid laner, Faker or you? All right, thank you very much, Reignover, for translating. Thank you very much, Piglet. Congratulations on the win. And now we're going to throw it over to the guys to close that one out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Zyrene. There you have it. A new era has begun.
Clearly,
we have a new Faker.
We're all about overreactions here in the North American LCS. You sit out here first. He had a good series.
He had a really great series coming out.
Yeah.
Was able to keep the CS in lane. Also, as we saw going through, like you said, Youngbin wasn't performing well, but we did see that he was able to kind of fix those mistakes as they went along. They looked better throughout each game and actually pretty solidly won the 3rd game as they probably had the mantle of Immortals on tilt pretty good.
Yeah, Dardoch went from a bunch of good plays to a mix of good plays to no good plays throughout the series. And I think part of that is he clashed with Piglet the whole time they're on Team Liquid together. And then he left. We got to see this sound on tape before the games where he was talking about how, you know what, they're going to wish they wouldn't have replaced me, sort of. And he really wanted to beat them. To then see the dude he clashed with switch roles and then just smash, that is a tilter for anyone. And Dardoch is definitely one of the more emotional players. So that is a huge thing. And I'm still a little shocked that Piglet did so well.
Yeah.
You saw how hard role swaps are in the same game because
Right.
Yungbin did so poorly
Yeah,
in
and
those
that's not to
early
take away
phases.
from Piglet. It's just
Yeah.
the fact of doing this in the LCS, like you said, that having such a gap between where Yungbin plays in solo queue in ranked to here is still such a gap, and that Piglet can kind of transfer from lane to lane.
Yeah, and then also to be able to do it on 3 different champions with the
Yeah,
lane
pretty
that
impressive.
in the bottom side was losing pretty badly in
Right.
all 3 matchups. So then you have to win the mid lane to kind of have a chance because in most situations you need at least 2 out of 3 winning lanes. So Lorlo was going toe-to-toe with Flame in all those games, and it was just Piglet being stronger than Pobelter with the help of Rainover in all these games that helped them win.
Well, we did hear from Piglet. It has to come from kind of the middle, the jungle, and the top. And we have here a replay at 21 minutes where it got pretty messy in the bot lane with everybody coming down to hang out.
Yeah, and the Black Shield
should say
usage
mid.
here was pretty bad on the Flame because Piglet is able to get the double stun onto
Yeah.
Ole and Pobelter, and then the hook comes through from Matt onto Cody's son. Matt is someone who, despite having some pretty poor laning phases, did show up on Thresh this game
Yeah.
and land a number of key hooks. But this really broke the game wide open. You can see right there, most damage in the game from Piglet, 26,600. And really just the most convincing game of the series as they continually extended the goal lead and ended it pretty quick.
And we heard Azael say earlier, this was supposed to be one of Immortals' easier weeks. We have them playing against Team Liquid here with roster changes, Envy later in the week, 2 of the bottom teams. And it actually aligns with a week that CLG is playing their hardest team. CLG just beat Immortals. They're trying to jump away from them at 5-5 in the standings, which Team Liquid is now up on that.
Yeah, and you have to make use of the easier games in your schedule because you
Yeah.
play everybody twice. So the
Immortals
fact
is
that
really
they
hoping to
have
get this.
no more Team Liquid games, after Envy, they're going to have no more Envy games. And then every game from there is going to be a real challenge. I mean, especially after losing this series. So we're not sure exactly what the trajectory of these teams are. Looking at the camera shots of Pobelter and Cody's son after that, they did not look pleased whatsoever. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can recover from this, which has got to be a fairly emotional loss after the turmoil Team Liquid was going under and how everyone was expecting just total failure. And it looked like it in game 1. So to come crashing down to earth in games 2 and 3 is really hard to recover.
There's obviously the disappointment of the loss, but we have to also think maybe Immortals allowed themselves to almost get trapped in this situation and not really look at the game too much, seeing that there would be such a switch, and they might be able to ban somebody out. Looking forward for a player of the game. Piglet's going to grab that once again, coming in with his play on Cassiopeia this time, and really holding down the lane, but like Rainover said as well, playing together with that jungle.
Yeah, 12, 1, and 8 is just an insane scoreline. Not to mention the 32% damage. Like, these are the stats you get from a seasoned mid laner. 2 player of the games in his first 2 wins as a mid laner. I mean, speaks that Team Liquid team still needs a lot of help when you can swap a guy like that and he's just the star suddenly. But what can you really say? This was insane.
No, that's kind of what you say. What do you
take?
take from it? Because this can completely change next week. Obviously, they would want to stay with a winning composition, but maybe Yungbin changes. Maybe Yungbin stays. Piglet did say that being his friend, they have done a lot of communicating before, and he feels that with his ability to learn quickly, they're going to train him up nice and quick.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Yungbin is in the games where he was behind, he was still finding ways to contribute. This is something that we were saying about Fabi last year as well, and that did not end well because people were just able to punish those weaknesses more and more.
Once
But
you find 'em.
that is a nice sign, the fact that he was still able to contribute and do reasonable amounts of damage. So I hope he can scale up fast for Team Liquid's sake because they need it. If you have a lane that's
Absolutely.
losing by 40 CS almost every game, you're not going to win that many matches.
Also trying to jump out of the bottom of the standings. You're going to need all the wins now coming into the back half of the split. Coming up after the break, we have a match between Phoenix One and Counterlogic Gaming. Don't touch that browser. You're watching the North American LCS.
그런 거 할지 있어서
옆에 여기 롱서.
Are you seeing Taylor Swift now?
Dude, it's Katy Perry. Come on.
Matt's gonna get jumped on. Youngman's in the mix as well. First ball go over to Ole. Pobelter doing good damage, but an ult from Piglet's gonna try and play clean up. Pobelter goes down there as well, and it's a mess. Okay, big flash hook finds Dark for another kill, and Piglet's now on a rampage.
I'm gonna go on Rise, Nice ult, going over.
I got Ranger peeled. Ranger. Nice.
Piglet, can you do it? 1v3, gets a couple more, still fighting it out. Piglet goes legendary, still fighting, but Pobelta finally shuts him down. Lolo gets the shutdown on the other side, and there's just 2 left.
I don't.
We got this!